Hey, patrons and people who waited a year. Did I revealed that the secret philosophy book was Top Gun Zen, right? In the secret philosophy book episode. I couldn't remember if I'd done that. Anyway, now you know. I feel like I revealed it back then. I don't know. I can't keep track of what. All my tabs closed? Why did that happen? Well, fuck me. I gotta start over. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get the thumbnail. What the fuck? All my shit closed. Why the fuck did all my shit close? Ah, fuck it. Alright, let's get the thumbnail. No one needs to know. This is the Drinking a Shot of Sriracha episode. Hell yeah! Damn, that's good. Alright, let me think of an opening line. It's not really that hot. And then we'll see if I eat my words. Now excuse me as I get the show all set up because something fucked up. This is where the theme song goes. Don't worry about it. Okay, good. We have a Fire City Funk song. We'll see what we do with that. Okay. Thank you for joining me here today. Dispatches from America. Let's get started, shall we? I haven't had a thing to drink. I haven't warmed up my voice, but let's say the theme song ends roughly around here. You're listening to Fix My Carcast, hosted by Bear Claw Billy, and this is episode 160. Comedian and musician Keith Hebert will join us after he picks up some xanthan gum. But first, housekeeping. This is the show where you pick what I say and how I say it. Pick a topic or prompt by donating to the GoFundMe and vote on the gimmick by joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. Join at the $5 or higher level and also get bonus episodes and behind the scenes footage. Links are in the description. Also down there, merch. Get yourself some merch. You know what's a spicy look? You in some lacy black panties and a Fix My Carcast t-shirt? Now that's spicy. No new donors this week. The total raise for paying off my car repair debt is still holding at $2,442, which is still a palindrome. Also, when we get to $3,000, it unlocks an automatic show gimmick, which is I will record an episode at sea as soon as I'm medically declared as seaworthy. Fun fact, did you know that this whole podcast disappears when we hit $10,000? Squeeze out every last drop. Hey, do you like the theme song? No? Well, if you make a donation of $50 or more, in addition to picking an episode topic, you get to change one thing about the theme song forever. Unless somebody else changes it back. I forgot where the fuck I was. Want me to drum on a Sriracha bottle? I'll do it. $50. Hate when I lose my place. Also, if you would like to own the painting I made in episode 118, I'll be giving it away to the next person who donates $100 or more. That's right, own a piece of Fix My Carcast history while you still can. If you'd like to see the painting before you buy it, it can be viewed in the raw video version of episode 118 over on Patreon. Link in the description. And yes, the painting's around here somewhere. No new patrons this week. Bummer. Now it's time for a topic suggestion. I'll suggest topics I think I could easily talk about for a whole episode, though admittedly I think the show is more fun when it's something I'm completely clueless about. So, something I could talk about is my hot new single. That's right, my new track, Hospital Bill, drops on Groundhog Day, and I'd love to tell you all about how I made it. Want to know more? Donate today. Checking in on the best city in the world based on which city listened to the last episode the most, and we've got us another singles night tie. Ties are broken by whichever city listened to the most episodes, and our big winner is Portland, Maine. Congratulations, Portland, Maine. Let it be known that your Santa Fe Dam Recreation Area, U-Race LA, and Irwindale Aquatic Center are the best in the world for 7 days. Last episode, I talked about the mandolin reagent while doing it like a slumber party. You can see video of all the raw footage plus a little extra over on Patreon. Zone. Also, head over to Patreon for a bonus episode where I talk about the Rocky Horror Picture Show, David Lynch, and burlesque. The 3 most legitimate art forms. Okay, let's talk next week's gimmick poll. These are your choices for next week's episode gimmick. They are wink 100 times, end the episode if I mention any movie, drink a shot of ketchup, and our returning gimmick, take a month off. Let's review all of those in great detail. Number 1, wink 100 times. It's that simple, folks. I have to wink 100 times. How will that affect an audio medium? Who knows? But I can't wait to find out. Number 2, end the episode if I mention any movie. Now, on a technicality, I'm going to say, it's not if I say a word that happens to be the title of a movie. If at any point I make direct reference to a movie, I then need to immediately wrap up the episode. And we're going to go honor system. I need to catch, oh, fuck, that's a reference to probably Back to the Future Part 3. Number 3, drink a shot of ketchup. I'll drink a shot of ketchup. And our returning gimmick, number 4. Now, here's where it gets interesting and spicy. Take a month off. This originally ended up on a gimmick poll because of my car troubles, and I couldn't drive, so I added to the poll, take a month off, just to ease the troubles of not having transportation. Which is funny because right now I currently can't drive because of my medical situation, so this one is coming in handy again. So that's take a month off, the returning gimmick and 4th option that I know I'm voting for. As much as I love doing this show every week, a month off would rule, and also I'm going to do something very cool with it. I'm going to record housekeeping next week, same as always if that one wins. But I will then wait a month to actually talk about whatever the topic ends up being. So I will rip that Band-Aid and then, oh, that's the topic? And then for a month I have to just stew on it and think about it. Anyway, sorry I've so elaborately explained one of the options. But again, that's wink 100 times, end the episode if I mention any movie, drink a shot of ketchup, and our returning gimmick, take a month off. Remember that any gimmick that gets just a single vote is eligible for a second chance in 6 weeks. Be sure to vote over on Patreon. The poll closes Thursday, January 30th at noon Eastern America time. All right, time for today's gimmick, which is drink a shot of Sriracha, that very hot chili sauce. Of course, gimmicks don't start until housekeeping is out of the way in case any of them prevent me from sharing vital information. But now, we are entering the Sriracha Zone. From this point on, gimmicks are active and everything is improvised. There's no sponsored topic for today's episode, so I'll take inspiration from a randomized Wikipedia page, which is not very long. Looks like it's a song and there's not enough there. This looks like kind of, nope, also a stub. We got to keep going until we get no stubs. Yeah, this is just, yeah, if it's just tables of facts and figures, I gotta skip it, I gotta move on. I need something I can actually learn about. Random fucking government guy who did nothing. Random fucking town that did nothing. Random fucking sports team that did nothing. Random fucking election that's mostly just results. Fucking a plant. There better be some information on this plant. It's a stub about a plant. Here we go. Random fucking place with nothing that particularly interesting about it. You know, it's not a stub, though. I know I usually skip places. No, I'm going to skip places again. Here we go, folks. The Sriracha episode, the one where we just kept going. Another stub. Another stub. I can see by the bar on the side how long they are. And I'm not going to lie, folks. I fucking hate this. I really would like you to sponsor some episodes because it's just clicking and clicking and clicking and there's nothing to go off of and I really hate it. And this is another place and it's another stub. Is there a way to eliminate stubs? Okay, nope, also a fucking stub. Give me something long. Who the hell's this? A professor or something? He's got awards, he did some research. I don't know. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna go with this one. I can't keep clicking forever, folks. I'm getting very tired of the Wikipedia episodes, though. Not to say that I don't enjoy doing them, but man, that clicking. When you run an improv show all by yourself, there's no way to safeguard yourself from getting the suggestion early. That's why I have to do it live on camera to show you that I'm not making up, that today's episode is about Daniel Sperling. I have no idea who that is, and to be honest, this article still looks like it's kind of on the short side, but it's longer than any of the other shit I clicked. So, all right, let's get to taking that shot of, Sriracha. So, this is a very important thing. Sriracha, first of all, you don't need a shot's worth when you put it on food, or maybe you do if you're living right. Now, I don't know if I want to rip the Band-Aid right at the beginning here. I think maybe what I'll do is prepare the shot, read a little, and then find an opportune time to suck that sauce. All right, so the key thing here is which shot glasses should I use? Now, here's what I'm going to do. Patreon exclusive, muffa. So I know which shot glass I'm going to use. But I've brought 3, and so I just want the people watching the video version to see what they are. So there's this one. I don't know if you can even tell what that is, and I don't have a good angle where I can see if you can read it, but I want you to know that is from the collector's edition. This second one here, I think this one's a little easier to read, and I want you to know that that is from my local shop. But the one I've chosen to go with, the third one, which is not clear. So I'll admit that because it's not clear, it's probably a little less bang for the buck visually, but trust me, all the sauce is going in my mouth. I will tell you what the winning shot glass is, and this is the Beware the Wolfman shot glass from White Mountain Central Railroad at Clark's Trading Post, which is just the most delightful tourist trap. And by the way, absolutely sponsor an episode about Clark's Trading Post. I would love to do an episode of this show about Clark's Trading Post, but alas, instead, I will be sucking the Wolfman. So here we go. I've got Sriracha here. Now, it's not the brand that most people are familiar with, but it is, in fact, spicy and garlicky. Roland brand, established 1934. Sriracha chili sauce. Now, I already mentioned I'm regretting that I didn't go with a transparent, see-throughable shot glass, because that makes it a little harder to prove to you that the shot glass is indeed full. Now I'm kind of second-guessing myself, but nope, too late. Into the glass we go. Let's give it a squirt. Oh, I forgot that these bottles are harder to squeeze than you might think. I want the viewers at home to see that, yeah, I'm filling this mother. Oh boy, okay. And we're topping it off. I hope you can see that we are topping it off. I want to take it all the way to the top, and might I remind you that even mixologists don't put this level of care into a shot. But there it is, folks. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. All right, there's a shot glass of Sriracha sauce right there on the table. Almost knocked it off the table. Would have been embarrassing. A little lick for the road, and let me tell you what, folks, that is a little spicier than I remember. Today's going to be a great episode. It's going to be all about Daniel Sperling, the man, the myth, the legend. I technically don't know if he's any of those things. Let's scroll on, shall we? Daniel Sperling, well, rocking one hell of a beard. That is a nice beard. That is a professional beard. I have got to give it up to Professor Daniel Sperling's beard. He's got a great beard, though. It is incredible. Okay, he was born March 27, 1951 in Albany, New York. He's the American founding director of the Institute of Transportation Studies at the University of California, Davis. Nice. Oh, he's got a bunch of stuff. He's a professor of civil and environmental engineering, a professor of environmental science and policy. What a rad dude. I'm so glad someone cares about the environment. And faculty director of the Policy Institute for Energy, Environment, and the Economy at the University of California, Davis. My brain was like economy, university. Those are the same word. Say them both the same way, why don't you? Okay. Interesting. So yeah, it seems like an all right guy, though, I'm not going to lie. My brain immediately goes to like, well, sometimes institutions that claim to be in the best interests of planet Earth oftentimes are actually shady propaganda to make it look like there's scientific support for something that, to be honest, most of the American public doesn't care if there's any scientific support or even understands what science is or has never seen an episode of Bill Nye. But anyway, you do you, live your life and whatnot. Okay, so Daniel Sperling. Let's get into Daniel Sperling's education. Okay, we got a career and we got honors. This guy's got awards. You go, Daniel Sperling. You go. All right, well, we're going to get into his education, so that means college years. So when I think college, I think a big old shot of Sriracha. Whoa. The first thing I need you to know about doing a Sriracha shot, it doesn't really go down the throat. It just kind of meets in the throat and just kind of congeals. There's enough remnants left from me choking on that I should do more. Okay, I can see the bottom of it. That's the closest as I'm calling to I drank it. It's very thick, but like, oh God. All right, I'm going to take a lick. Yeah. I know it. I just feel like I can't count it as doing the whole shot, but it's so thick. You really can't do a shot of Sriracha. Oh God. There's the bottom. I fucking did it. Now let's talk about Daniel Sperling, who received his bachelor's degree in environmental engineering and urban planning from Cornell University in 1973. Big Cornell guy. And his PhD in transportation engineering from the University of California, Berkeley, with minors in economics, energy, and resources in 1982. Some guys just get all the brains. And some people make podcasts where they drink hot sauce. I will say, this is really clearing me up, and I feel like I'm ready to learn now. This guy worked as an urban planner for the Peace Corps in Honduras. As far as my brain knows, that's good. From 1976 to 1977, he worked as an environmental planner for the United States Environmental Protection Agency, which may or may not be operational at the time of this recording. To my German listener, do you have a couch I could crash on? Anyway, in 1991, Sperling founded the UC Davis Institute of Transportation Studies, bringing government, industry, and non-governmental organizations together to conduct groundbreaking scientific research and better inform environmental and transportation policymakers. ITS Davis is now home to more than 60 affiliated faculty and researchers and over 130 graduate students. So, I'll be honest, the spice seems to have mostly worn off. If anything, that was the equivalent of like just eating a Vietnamese dish in 10 seconds instead of 30 minutes. But I feel like I'm doing okay. It is making it a little hard to talk. Also, I apologize that I'm just reading you Wikipedia. I try to bounce it around and skim, but like, this is about very smart stuff I don't know much about, like government, industry, and non-governmental organizations. Anyway, this guy was appointed to the California Air Resources Board. How is the air in California doing right now? Spence? Spurl. Sorry. I misremembered his name is Spencer. It's not Daniel Spencer, it's Daniel Sperling. Sperling. Remember, when you have to type it out later when you upload this. And you will be uploading it, Billy. You will be uploading it. Despite your best judgment, you will be uploading it. All right. This guy was named a chair. That's interesting. I mean, I too would like to be sat on. But he was appointed chair of the Council on the Future of Transportation. He went on The Daily Show to discuss the sustainable transportation issues spotlighted in Sperling's book, 2 Billion Cars Driving Towards Sustainability. In bookstores now. Give it a read, why don't you? I might actually read this. Sponsor me to review this book. Gang, sponsor me to do anything. Sponsor me to do anything. Sponsor me to do anything. To review anything. To talk about anything. You don't get to decide what I do. Only I decide what I do. And I decide to do what you tell me. It's a sexy little relationship we got going on here. A spicy one, you might say. All right. Blue Planet Prize by the Asahi Glass Foundation in Tokyo, which is described as the Nobel Prize for the Environmental Sciences. Quick question. Is there already a Nobel for the Environmental Sciences? We're going to take a little detour because sometimes you gotta know, you gotta scratch where your brain itches. What are all the Nobel Prize categories? I know one of them's a technicality. Here's some dumb shit I have rattling around in my brain. It says economic sciences right there. So what the hell is the Glass Foundation Blue Planet Prize? Nobel Prize for the Environment. Oh wait, economic sciences. My bad. Forget everything I've ever said. And there's 160 episodes, so that's a lot of forgetting, but I have faith in you. You can do this. All right. All Nobel Prizes. Bingo bango. I know that there's one... Okay, yeah. The Nobel Prizes and the Sveriges Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel. So yeah, I think that's the one that's not technically a Nobel. And that's economic sciences. So they don't even have one for environment? I gotta see here. Okay, physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature, peace, and economic sciences, which is technically not a Nobel, but in memory of Alfred Nobel. Okay, well, I learned something very important today. There's no Nobel for environmental science. And there ought to be. Here's your call to action, listeners. Find out how to suggest Nobel categories and suggest a Nobel category for environmental science. Now you might be thinking, that won't change anything. Look into it. Look into it. You can't change anything until you look into it. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with changing things lately. Well, in 2013, good old Danny Spurls served as chair of the California Fuel Cell Partnership, a public-private organization aimed at promoting the commercialization of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Is that good? Is that bad? More importantly, why must I think of everything on Wikipedia in terms of hero or villain? Excuse me, I got a little sauce on my lip. Missed. Anyway, since 1981, Professor Sperling has authored more than 200 technical papers and 12 books. D. Sperl has 12 books, including 2 Billion Cars Driving Towards Sustainability, which seems to be the most popular one here, probably because it was featured on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, a show I am not watching anymore. Okay, 200 technical papers and 12 books. That's a lot. What a prolific guy. I bet he never used TikTok. Maybe he had an intern make some TikToks about, hey guys, we're killing the planet. And thankfully everyone listened and we stopped. This show is about hot sauce and Daniel Sperling and nothing else, and it always has been. The thesis of this show has always been about me doing what I can for you. And that's it. It's not about anything else. Don't think about what this show's about. Don't think about where this show is set, the period in history it's in, or what is and isn't canon, which you can find out if you go listen to the bonus episodes. Anyway, I feel like I've intimately gotten to know Daniel Sperling, and with nothing else left in this article, and nothing else left in this Beware the Wolfman, White Mountain Central Railroad, Clark's Trading Post shot glass, I feel like I still should fill some time. I don't know, folks. I don't like running out of steam and then just knocking off 7 minutes early. I mean, I wouldn't do that at work. I would do that at work. But you didn't hear that from me. Something about Arnold Schwarzenegger, top scientist to draft state's historic new fuel standard. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Man, all roads lead to me thinking about how complicated and terrible things are. Because, Schwarzenegger, these are jumping off points. I'm not reading a Wikipedia page to you. You can do that. What if I just did that? Here, you know what? Let's find the next one. The Brothers Dalziel, Dalziel. Go look that up right now and read it to yourself and say, is this better or worse than an episode of Fix My Carcast? If it's better, stop listening. I don't need you. I have up to 12 listeners every week, most of them in other countries. Probably because they want a historical account of what's happening in this one. And all they're getting is some goofnut drinking pepper juice and reading to you about the brothers Karamazov or whatever the fuck. Please work back button. Good. Daniel Sperling. He's back. And we're so grateful for him. Look at his incredible beard. Gaze upon it. You're probably listening to an audio podcast right now, but it's worth your time. Go to the Daniel Sperling page and see the glorious fuzz around this man's mouth. It's incredible. I'm really a fan of it. And like, sometimes you just gotta hold on to the fuzz around a man's mouth. Should I make a t-shirt of that? You should check out my new single, because I could make a t-shirt out of any of the lines in it. It's, what did I say? It sure rouses some rabble. That's all I'm gonna say. So go check it out. As a matter of fact, pop over to the bonus episode right now, and you can hear it right now. But if you can't do that, then I guess wait a week and check out my new single. And just kind of keep checking in, keep coming around, see how we're doing. See if we've got this whole environment thing figured out. See if we're doing better. See if we're better as a species, if we're better as humans. See if that's where we're at. So thank you, Daniel Sperling. Godspeed. Sweet kisses to you and your facial hair. From someone you enjoy sweet kisses from, not from me. That would be weird. I don't want to impose. I just, how do you convey the feeling that you just hope that everyone is getting kissed, but not by you? Everyone should kiss. Anyway, as always, everyone should kiss. Are you kissing yet?